1910 E98 Ty Cobb. This is the red variant, which is the most common from the issue. This is from the infamous Black Swamp find, which stems from about 5 years ago when it was first unearthed. This is one of these world-class, mind-blowing examples from that find. To see a card that's 100 and almost 10 years old now, feature qualities which frankly rival what you would expect from a 9 or a 10 card produced in the last 5 years. It's that sharp. It really redefines what we can expect to see from a card this old, and in that regard, I think one of the best values of these Black Swamp cards is it really does remind us what these looked like when they came out of the manufacturer. They really were this fresh and clean. The card looks like a reprint. A lot of them do, but lo and behold, it's not. The card is just that nice, and I think any advanced investor who's handled enough pre-war cards will hold a card from this Black Swamp find, and you just gawk. You can stare at it for an hour, and it still is hard to believe that it's real, to be quite honest with you. Front and back, this offered copy, PSA 9. It's a virtually perfect card. I think that you could almost argue that there's some desensitization in the grading room when they see these cards, because if this just surfaced out of the blue, not part of the Black Swamp find, you would expect it to grade a 10 all day long. And any dealer in the country wouldn't settle for this card staying a 9, because it's just that nice. It's virtually flawless. Centering right to left is perfect, top to bottom, maybe just a couple points off, but as close to perfect as anyone could hope, I would think. Surfaces are completely packed fresh. We'll give some detail here to the corners, but as I said, there's not much to show. It's just virtually a perfect card. You hunt for flaws that could, justify the card only staying a 9. You really don't come up with much. It's just an immaculate, perfectly preserved card with a 110-year-old life to it. It's just incredible. Something like this can be available. So, I think the superlatives are many. We'll let the pictures and whatnot speak louder than my words, but I think it's worth reiterating just how unbelievably fresh these are. I would encourage most advanced portfolios that are engaged in the pre-war era to have at least a few of these Black Swamp cards. They set a tone of reference that is valuable to have, and I think it'll add a lot of color to such a portfolio, just to see just how sharp and clean these cards really can exist. It's really shocking. It's amazing.